Secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire. That's what Neville Goddard says. That was a direct quote from Neville Goddard. And I want to say it again. Secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire. And Neville Goddard also often says the following words from the Bible. Go tell no man. And here's another quote from Neville Goddard about the secrecy principle and how it allowed me to manifest money, a lot of money, and how it can do the same for you. So Neville Goddard says, that is, do not discuss your ambitions or desire with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. That is, do not discuss your ambitions or desire with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. And if you've ever booked a coaching session with me, and after the coaching session, you were then excited about what you want to manifest. And you then said to me, oh my God, I'm going to tell my best friend about it. Or I'm going to tell my mom about it. Or I'm going to tell my dad about it. I always say the same thing. Be careful. Be very careful who you share these secrets with, who you share your knowledge about the law of attraction and the law of assumption with, and who you share your desires and ambitions with. Because remember what Neville Goddard says. That is, do not discuss your ambitions or desire with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. And there are multiple reasons why I'm very careful about sharing manifestations with anyone, basically. I mean, I often also share manifestations with you or things that I want to manifest when it's already, as Joe Dispenza says it, in the cooking. It's already almost finished. It's almost already in my reality. And in fact, I can also remember that Joe Dispenza mentioned that in an interview. I don't remember who that interview was with, but he said that he only shares certain manifestations with his staff when it's already either in his life or it's about to appear, or he has so many synchronicities and so many signs in his life that he's 100% sure it will appear. And the reason for that is very simple, because if you share it with other people, you might experience negative consequences that will then stop you from pursuing this manifestation, that might even put you in a position where you question the law of attraction and where you no longer continue on your spiritual journey. So be careful with it. Too many of my coaching clients got discouraged by telling their friends or family members about the law of attraction, about what they want to manifest. In fact, I had several coaching clients who booked a coaching session with me, who I showed step by step how they can manifest more effectively, how they can draw whatever they want into their physical reality. And they were then so excited about it and so ready to get started. And then a couple of weeks later, they sent me an email and they were like, I didn't text you anymore for another session because, I told my friend about it and my friend said it's insane. And he sent me some link from some video where somebody said the law of attraction is fake and it's not real. And then I stopped manifesting, I stopped meditating, but now I'm ready to get going again. And I don't want you to be in that position. Even if you, for example, say after one coaching session with me, hey, I don't want another session, I want to continue on this journey alone, then more power to you. That's great. But then embark on the journey. And please don't allow your friend or your family member to tell you, what are you talking about? Stop your daydreaming, come on, work hard, then you might achieve it, but law of attraction, that's some nonsense. I've just experienced it with too many coaching clients to not give you this warning. And there's a reason why Neville Goddard, such a long time ago, way before I was born, said the following sentence. That is, do not discuss your ambitions or desire with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. And this leads me to the second point that I want to discuss in this episode. Your fear of what that person might think of you will lead to them echoing this emotional state. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy when you've never really thought about how your energy influences another person's energy and how people are often our mirror in the experiences that we make, in the emotions that we feel. But that's something that can definitely happen. If you are full of doubt and if you are fearful of whether or not your manifestation will come to you, and this fear is often present, for example, when it comes to people who want to heal their physical illness. I mean, it was for me for a long time. And when you then, at this point, when you're so vulnerable and so full of fear tell somebody else, hey, I want to manifest health, and they tell you, oh, come on, who are you kidding? I mean, I can tell you from back then, when I had my sensitivity issues after my surgery that I talked about in a previous episode, and I had so much pain. I mean, I still remember that I couldn't even wear my boxer shorts without screaming. That's how much I was in pain. Fabric of the boxer short was touching my belly. I was in so much pain that I was screaming. It was a terrible, terrible time. And I still remember how one of the doctors I went to back then told me, yeah, you know, if it's not gone by now, you have to live with it. And this discouraged me for about 1 or 2 weeks. I was just crying my eyes out. And now imagine if in this moment I would have also told a friend about it. And by the way, I kept this whole thing, and a lot of my friends don't even know about it until now. I've kept this whole thing for myself. The only people back then who knew about it were my parents. Otherwise, nobody else. And when I think back to this time, if I would have told a friend of mine, oh, you know, I'm in so much pain, I'm going to do the meditations and I want to heal. And he would have said, oh, come on, forget about it. What are you talking about? Maybe I would have given up. And I don't know, honestly. I mean, now I'm getting a little bit emotional while talking about it, but I don't know if then I would still be here. So that's why it's so important that you are very, very selective about who you share your journey with, about who you have these conversations about the law of attraction. Because remember, when you're full of doubt, when you are full of fear, and somebody else gives you that final stab with the dagger, I mean, in a metaphorical and emotional sense, that's exactly what it is, you might want to give up. So be very careful who you share that with. And remember that not all people want to see you abundant, healthy, and in love with life. This is also something that a lot of my clients ignore. They think that every one of their friends is also their friends. And yes, in the best case, this is true. But keep in mind, when you are at a certain level of vibration, especially when you're vibrating at a very low vibration, and you are trapped in a very low level of consciousness, there's a 99.9999999% chance that 99.9999999% of your friends are vibrating at the exact same frequency and the exact same level of consciousness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a vibrational match. So now think about, if in this moment you then share all these things with them and you are raising your vibration and you're slowly actually becoming a mismatch to people who want to pull you down, but because you're so invested in that old friendship circle or that old social circle, I think, yeah, social circle is the better word, you then tell them about it and they pull you down. They tell you that you're insane. They tell you that you should give up. I mean, it's very similar to what so many of my business partners told me, so many of the people who I know who started successful businesses. When they tried to make that change, even when you completely ignore the spiritual side of it, and they then told their friends, you know what, I want to start a business, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be successful. You know what some of their friends did back then? What are you talking about? Come back here on the couch, let's play another round of video games. Not everyone, either consciously or subconsciously, wants to see you win, wants to see you in a state of abundance, health, and love. So always remember that, and remember that you are not one of many, but one of few who know about the secret of creating your life. Not many people are deliberate creators. A lot of people out there are random creators, and especially with people who are in the law of attraction community. For you, for example, as a member of the Affirmation to Manifestation family, it's easy to forget that most people out there have never heard of the law of attraction, or if they heard about it, they just label it as some kind of pseudoscience that doesn't really work. They've never really looked into the science of it, and even if you present it to them with scientific evidence, they still ignore it and tell you that it's fake. I mean, I, for example, sent friends from my old life, as you can say it, the exact scientific studies and the interviews with leading researchers from Dr. Joe Dispenza, where the researchers basically admit, yes, this stuff is true, and they still wrote back, oh, come on, who are you kidding? So yes, not everyone is ready for it, and that's okay. I mean, remember, we are all on our unique spiritual journey, if we know it or not. But by assuming that everyone is open-minded to that, you then fall into the trap of sharing it with people who are definitely not open-minded towards it. In the worst case, discourage you so much that you give up on your manifestations. And like I said before, if that would have happened to me in the past when I was on this physical healing journey, I might have given up. And I honestly don't know if I would still be here, if that would have been the case. So instead, listen to your heart, listen to the signs, see the synchronicities, follow the breadcrumbs, and don't listen to people who either consciously or subconsciously motivate you to quit, motivate you to stop manifesting, motivate you to go back to random creation and to no longer fulfill your potential as a deliberate creator. And that's why I'm such a big fan of the secrecy principle. And the same, of course, also applies to when you go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/11 days, or you click on the first link in the description and you then invest in the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program. Or if you go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/coaching and you invest in yourself by investing in a coaching session. Be very careful who you share that with, because remember, sometimes it just takes a few words for you to give up on your dreams, and in the worst case, to give up on your life. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.